collection sites.
Is that how we got by it the other years, or?
Well, now-
I mean, how did we win it the other years if we did it?
We put $20,000 into it each year, the county commission does. And I know that they've had a grant before, but I did talk to Maureen, and Maureen said that they don't have any kind of a grant, and they won't have a grant until August. But she said that if the commission was wanting to go ahead and do that this spring, that she didn't care to go ahead and coordinate it, but of course the Solid Waste Authority did not have any money to put towards it, but she didn't care a bit to coordinate it.
Is the total 20,000?
Well, I think it cost around 30-some thousand.
Yeah, that's what I was
thinking.
We've had people in the Allen Creek area, when Kanawha County's having their cleanups, they've been hauling their stuff down to them.
That sounds good.
In fact, I think this next weekend,
We get
it's,
Campbell.
Kanawha County's having theirs in Elkview, and they're willing to haul that stuff all the way to Elkview. There's a bunch of them getting together down at one of the churches, and they told people in the community, if you want to bring your stuff down here to the church, we're going to get a bunch of trucks and trailers and things, and we're going to haul as much as we can.
At least we're getting the county cleaned up.
Well, we're making progress for sure. It doesn't come without a few.
But I get questions all the time, why don't we have these, the bins out there? And I just directly tell them, it's money. I said, it costs $1,000 every time you do one of those things, at least 1,000, if not maybe more. I said, you can't just go around here every weekend dropping off 5 or 10 of them.
Yeah, I think you have to have at least about 6 per community to make it work.
Yeah.
Well, we'll put this on the next agenda and look at it. I'm not sure what we'll do, but it needs to be looked at. I think you've got 2 issues. One is the community dump cleanup issue, and the other is the mandatory. And we've discussed that and debated it around, but I don't think, not that we don't agree that a pickup program is needed. It's just, I guess, whether there's certain people that actually, I don't know whether they can afford it or not. Maybe that's not a high enough priority on their limited income.
It's much the same situation with problems you work with these whether something's sanitary or not with their systems and things like that. There's laws governing that, but there's some people who just can't do anything about it. So.
I've even talked to Boone County. Boone County Commission provides pickup. They don't have a fee like we do here at private. They provide the pickup, but they said it still doesn't work. There's people still don't do their share of keep the place clean. And so I'm not sure that being free is the answer to it, but being mandatory is probably not the answer, because I'm not sure who's going to enforce it. I mean, that's a big enforcement job. And so, if anybody's got ideas, I'm listening for
Could
sure.
we not just go ahead and adopt it at the next meeting and then not really enforce it? Well, but if Daryl comes up on somebody and says, okay, do you have proper disposal?
It might get more sign-ups, I agree.
Well, when we complained to Daryl and give him the food, on the spot, and he goes out there to see these people, they're telling them to go out and clean it up. Of course, they don't want to get in trouble and they don't want to pay a fine. But I think everyone is fully cooperating with Daryl on cleaning up their area.
He has done a good job, Darrell.
He has, excellent.
Because then you get into the next thing that we've talked about before, is that even if it goes before a magistrate, what's going to happen then?
Nothing.
Historically,
We haven't had one yet. We haven't had an enforcement violation. Anyway, yeah, stick that on the next
So you
agenda.
want me thinking about that? I'll have Maureen to come and present that.
And have the figures what it would cost us.
Next, I think Gary was one to talk.
I got a couple of comments. One of the things I think are going really good for help to clean up is education, where you're going around to the schools. Because I think until you teach the kids that it's wrong, you shouldn't do it, 'cause when they throw it out, they don't think a thing about it. I've heard people say, well, it gives state road something to do, and it's really just a lack of education is what it is. And I think educating them will make a big difference in it. Also, did you hear Mike when you was naming off how much money you had in your budget? He's back here figuring out how much of that he's gonna get.
As long as you go on a calculator, I wasn't sure.
And I do want to make a statement later.
Now, that's just valuation, that's their assessment, that's not how much is in our
Just
budget.
for the record purpose, could you introduce yourself?
My
You've
name's
been
Gary.
here and you've done it, but
My name is Gary McAllister, and my wife volunteered me to speak. And I apologize for making this kind of spur of the moment, but it just happened like March the 4th. And I have a letter here from Don Davis from the Lincoln County High School, and I'm going to give you a copy of it, but I'm going to read it. It says, "Dear Commissioner, my name is Don Davis. I am a teacher at Lincoln County High School. I am the coach of the Lincoln County High School academic team. I am writing you in request for financial support for our team's trip to the Academic Game League of American National Tournament in Cincinnati, Ohio in April. On March the 4th, 2010, we had several members of our team who qualified for the national tournament at the RESA 2 regional tournament. The academic games are made up of competitions such as equations, presidents, world events, current events, and propaganda. Each game promotes criteria thanking the competition. In our short existence of the Lincoln County High School, team has been even successful both with the RESA and at the national competition. We have won the team trophy in the senior division for the last 2 years. Last year, we had 2 students place in the top 10 nationally in the world events and president. In 2007, 2008, Nick Porter, a 2009 graduate, won the national championship in world event. The academic games give our top academic students a chance to shine in the competition against students across the country. In order for our team to compete in the AGLOA national tournament, we must be able to pay the cost of the meals, rooms, travel, tournament fees for our team. The total cost for the competition for our team to attend is attached to an expense sheet. Any help the commission can provide would be greatly appreciated. If you have any questions, please contact me at Lincoln County High School and Izzy's name. Thank you for your consideration in this matter. Sincerely, Don Davis. And I personally, Don Davis is one of those people that has took personal interest in the kids, and he goes beyond Call of Duty and he works with the kids. And I'm very proud of this group of people in the short time they've been there. And my wife volunteered me to come and speak to you, and I was more than happy to do it. And he has here, he's got a second page that talks about the academic games, and he's got the third page. What the cost is actually $3,280. This just came up March the 4th, this spur of the moment, and he's asked him for all of it, part of it, whatever you can. But
When will they be going to the competition?
they're going to the competition April the 23rd. It says deposit made by March. They have to make at least a deposit, and I will, if it comes down to it, I'm personally going to at least make a deposit to get